TPE 6B, Developmentally Appropriate Teaching Practices. Question 3. Students in grades 4 through 8 are in cognitive and social transition. This is a two-part question. Part A. Describe this transition using your knowledge of Piaget's theory of cognitive development or Erikson's theory of psychosocial development. Describe at least one instructional implication of the theory you described related to the activities or strategies in this lesson and how it connects to the theory. Okay, so the first thing you want to do in order to prepare to answer this question is you want to read over the information that I provided you on both Piaget and Erikson. You want to make sure you have a good foundational knowledge of Piaget and Erikson's theories, and take a look at some sample lessons and be sure that you can identify what theorists are kind of present in that lesson, and where that lesson kind of originates from. Is it rooted in Piaget's theory or Erikson's theory? Now, to get a 2 for this, a 2 or a 3 on the rubric for this particular question, you only need to choose one theorist, okay? Now, if you wanted a 4, you'd have to talk about both theorists. If you have time, what I would suggest is if you have time at the end of your exam, go back to this question and add a second theorist. But in the interest of time, so that you feel comfortable with all of the questions and answers, I would just focus on one theorist for this question. For a 2, it is okay to be general in your comments and just list bullet points. For a 3, you're going to have to be a little more specific and provide more details and write in paragraph form. Okay, the second part of question 3 is describe the significant aspects of Vygotsky's theory of the co-construction of knowledge. Describe at least one instructional implication of this theory related to the activities or strategies in this lesson and how it connects to the theory. Again, in order to prepare for this question, you want to be very familiar with Vygotsky's information and theory, and so study the material that I provided on Vygotsky. You do have to answer this question. This isn't A or B. It's A, you answer A, and you answer B. The difference is that in A you can choose one theorist, and in B you have to answer and discuss Vygotsky. Okay, so another thing you want to hone in on with Vygotsky is that you're focusing on what he says about students in grades 4 through 8, so that particular stage of development, because that's what the lesson that you receive during the exam is going to be within one of those grade spans. Okay, to score a 2 for this question, you need to pick out a learning strategy in the lesson and state why it would be a Vygotsky strategy. For a 3, your comments do need to be more specific. So take a look at the notes I provided so you can see an example of what I'm talking about. In the study packet for this particular question, the last page includes some talking points for each theorist. So I'd take a look at those so that you have some ideas of what you can include in your writing. There are talking points for each of the theorists, and there are about 7 or 8 per theory. Take a look at those and try to take the time to draft a response just as practice.